Eventide, prisoner. Right. Most people just say good evening. I'm not most people. Arrogant. Haughty? Come on, don't start flattering me so early. The moon has only begun her ascent into the heavens. There will be time for that later on in the night. Indeed. Why am I even here? You are aware you're inside my bedchambers, correct? Now give me your left leg. Come on, I thought we had made progress. Your leg is still wounded. Well, yes, I am to be partially blamed for that, but it's ancient history. Now, are you going to cooperate, or do you want the vines to compel you? You can already feel them pulling your leg, can't you? Literally. Good human. Let's see. I'm going to gently rub in this salve. It may burn a little initially, but then your leg will feel nice and cool. Nervous? You can press down on my hand if you like. Fine, suit yourself. I'm not sure what you're talking about, dear. I didn't poke your wound. I'm just working the salve into your ankle and shin. I'm being quite gentle with you, prisoner. Where did all your bravado disappear from when you challenged me to a duel? Did it try to run away, just like you? Right. My mistake. You created an opening and then, capitalized on it by running away courageously. Of course. Maybe you wouldn't have sprained your ankle if you had only accepted defeat. Perhaps it's best you stick to storytelling instead of swordplay, Foolish traveler. Trespassing in our lands like you own the place, and then, when confronted, you challenge me, the queen of this forest kingdom, to a duel? Thinking you could earn rite of passage by beating me in a battle of sword and sorcery? I was rather impressed, you know. Yes, by your audacity and your stupidity. I'd have allowed you to walk freely out of my realm if you had won. I'd have even given you a retinue of guards and supplies to escort you out of this forest. If you had won. Does that sting? Oh, I don't mean the salve. Yeah, yes, I suppose you aren't entirely terrible. In fact, for a man of the letters, you are surprisingly skilled with a sword. Even more so with magic. It's not bad. For a human. Casual racism. I'm not sure what you mean, dear. You have a funny way of speaking the common tongue. Then again, you're a human writer. Your common parlance is a little out of place here, in the realm of the high elves. Don't misunderstand me, my little scholar. I'd be lying if I said I'm not curious. About you, yes. After we apprehend you, I flipped through your journal. Clearly you've traveled all over this continent. Seen, heard, and written quite a few stories. And in all honesty, I look forward to our evening conversations when you regale me with some of them. Against your will? Oh, I don't think so. Are you telling me you'd prefer a cell in the dungeons under the watchful guard of the head captain and her soldiers? Because that can be arranged. Yes, I thought not. I suppose you'll just have to accept my gentle remonstrations instead. I'm done with your leg. Try not to move it around too much, all right? It's not like these darling vines will let you move around much in any case. Oh, I'm afraid they're quite necessary, dear. They're for my own safety, you see. I'm trapped in here all alone with you. What if you overpowered me and wrestled me down in my own bed, and then... Oh, for shame. What if you just had your way with me? I'd be completely at your mercy. You can do any number of things to me. What's with the look, my little prisoner? You don't seem very amused. Oh? I'm not like that. Blankly, he said. Are you telling me I'm not alluring enough for you to have your way with me? Oh, I am being serious right now. Yes? I'm quite offended, darling. That you don't find me beautiful enough to give in to your baser urges. Oh, are you saying there's nothing you could do, even if you were free? And why's that? So you admit it then. If you did break free, I'd defeat you and have you all wrapped up. Again. My oh so brave and confident prisoner is finally learning his place, huh? Good boy. Now let me rub this other ointment into the cuts on your chest, alright? Just going to unbutton your shirt so I can have access. If I don't do this, it will take you much longer to heal. And you'd be in considerable pain. So be a good boy and don't squirm so much, alright? I'm going to be gentle with you, I promise. Okay. These gashes seem to be healing quite well. I gave these to you, didn't I? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you so deep. But you just wouldn't bend the knee. I got carried away in the heat of battle. Regardless, I should have been more careful. Does this one still hurt? Liar. You jumped just now. It was only a gentle poke. You want me to define gentle? How about this? Just rubbing slow, gentle circles over your chest and shoulders, working in the ointment. Yes, it's supposed to tingle with warmth. That's a property of Loonfelt. It's a medicinal herb found in the meadow near the western edge of these woods. It's quite potent at numbing pain and keeping cuts and gashes free from infection, helping them heal. Well, I'm sorry, it still hurts a bit. Did you mean your body or your pride? Yes, I don't have to be mean. But you're making it difficult not to tease you right now. You're being I believe the common word for it is wimp. Did I use that word correctly? No? I don't quite believe you. Wimp. In any case, I do have to rub it in. Not just the ointment, dear, but also the manner of your defeat. Do you remember? Oh, what a pity. It's fine. We elves have much longer memories. I distinctly recall having you on the back foot within the first few exchanges of our blades. All you could do was block and parry as I kept pushing you back. One slash after another, feint after another jab. You tried your hardest, but despite that, my blade grazed you in several places, and then you... Okay, that one's still a bit raw. Sorry. Moving on to the next gash. So, you unleashed a blast of wind magic. I was quite surprised. Didn't think you were acquainted with the ways of sorcery. And while your handiwork was a little rough around the edges, it was still surprisingly decent. I wasn't about to say for a human. Don't always assume the worst, darling. I'm not averse to paying credit where it's due. In any case, had your opponent been a human soldier, you'd probably have won that very instant. Unfortunately for you, we elves are attuned to the ancient music. The true music. We can invoke its strength and guidance better than most creatures of the known world. And not to play my own pipes, but we are rather infamous for our command over light and air. So maybe throwing a wind spell at an elf wasn't your wisest decision. Oh, you don't seem to make a lot of those, do you? No, you do not. After you were beaten, after I had you dead to rights, my dear, what did you do? You threw another wind spell at me and ran away. Why do you do this? Do you really take us for fools? You thought I wouldn't pursue you? And why's that? No reason to. Let's see now. You trespassed into my domain without my permission. You patronized me. You challenged me, the reigning queen, to a duel, which you lost. And then you disrespected me again by attempting to flee before my very eyes. That's not very chivalrous of you, is it? Wimp. I see. So you're telling me you still don't understand why I'm doing this? Why I'm treating your wounds, sheltering you, keeping you as my honored... No, not prisoner. That's just a term of endearment. I'm keeping you as my honored guest. I said guest, darling. You're not free to leave. But let's not dwell on the technicalities. I understand your confusion, but you're aware of the elven rule of duels, correct? Yes. Because you lost to me as a trespasser on my turf and in a duel of your own choosing. I now hold, shall we say, control over you. By our laws, your life is now in my hands. I may do with you as I please. As long as it is within the rule of law, I mean. We're not savages. You wonder if keeping you tied up in my bedchambers is permitted by our laws, huh? Well, I don't think it occurred to any of our scribes and elders in the past to address such a thing. I can't say I blame them. Yes, you don't understand. I heard you the first time, dear. I'm done with your chest. How do you feel? Your wounds aren't troubling you anymore, are they? Good. Try not to move around too much. The vines will see to it that you don't. But you are full of tricks. I don't trust you not to run away. Maybe I should make sure you can't. You know, you can't run away. Yes, wrapping my arms around you is necessary. I'm only making sure you can't hurt yourself by moving around too much. Yes, resting my head on your shoulder is also necessary. It's because I'm tired. I don't sound tired. Well, it doesn't matter. I've had a long day. I am tired. And you lawfully belong to me now. And as queen, I must take care of what belongs to me. Which is why I think I'd like it if you hugged me back. What? Wouldn't be the first time. The vines won't let you. You and all your excuses. Don't be silly, darling. These lovely vines obey my will. Just try. Yes. By my royal decree, I permit you to cuddle me. I insist you do. There we go. Was that so difficult? Admit it. You like holding me. You don't have an opinion on it? Are all humans such terrible liars, my sweet? No, I've not met enough humans to ascertain that. Actually, I'm only 921 years old. Very funny. You should know that's considered quite young for an elf. I thought you were a scholar, a writer. You're supposed to know things. Well, you certainly claim to know a lot about us, judging from your stories. You know how I like to flip through your journal sometimes? Often, yes. And whose fault is that? If I can't get it from the horse's mouth, then I must get it from the horse's writing. No need to look at me like that. I think horses are nice. Well, they can be. I was quite unsure what exactly to think of you. You were brash, arrogant, foolishly overconfident. It'd have been amusing, honestly, if it wasn't so offensive. But I'd be lying if I said part of me didn't find you strangely charming. My apologies. I was just reconciling myself with the fact I really just put you and charming in the same sentence. It's rather difficult to wrap my head around. Oh, so it's fine when you make fun of yourself? What kind of logic is that? Right. Well, be that as it may, as hard as you pretend otherwise, you're quite the interesting individual. I couldn't just let you escape. I had to, I had to punish you for disrespecting me. By holding you hostage in my chambers and cuddling you. Yes. It's like I said. You're mine now, and I feel responsible for you. I soon realized that all that confidence and attitude was an act. Something you armored yourself with, because you felt vulnerable without it. Like you'd fall apart if you didn't keep telling yourself you knew what you were doing. I think underneath all that bravado is a deeply sensitive, kind, and gentle soul. And I rather like that. Yes, lucky you indeed. Or unlucky. I seem to have fallen for you. It'll be quite difficult letting you go after your wounds have healed. Difficult. What were we talking about again? Ah, yes. How you claim to know so much about my kind. I read your little journal. Quite a few, interesting stories in there. But what caught my eye first was the one about an elf ranger and a human. Sound familiar? Well, I should hope so. I mean, you wrote it. And the human was trespassing into elven lands over there, too. And he was injured because you didn't provide any clear reason. He just was injured. In any case, that elf ranger, female elf ranger, she was in quite the predicament. On one hand, she had to capture him because he was, trespassing. But she also felt sad seeing him hurt. She wanted to help him. Strange, isn't it? They say art imitates life. But I suppose life imitates art too, sometimes. Not that I'd call it art or anything. There was a time when you human writers might have produced art. Ancient, epic tales of elves and men, and even those unwholesome dwarves in their tank halls of stone, joining forces to fight the Great Shadow. Chronicles of an almost divine war between light and dark, virtue and terror. A fellowship of noble souls trying to save this world from bleak damnation through trials of fire and folly. That was art. And what we have now? Stories of beautiful elves capturing foolish humans and flirting with them. To think this is what you've reduced our glorious race to. Oh, it's not like that? I don't know, darling. That elf ranger seemed awfully fond of him. Some guy she just met. She wanted to claim him for herself, whatever that entails. Just couldn't keep her hands to herself. Oh no, she had to rub that ointment all over his wounds. You'd think he was mauled by an orc or something, with how many wounds he had. That's exactly what happened. Well, how convenient. Yes, I hear you. It's not like what you wrote was entirely outside of the realm of possibility. Although you have had a perverted sense of romance, I still found parts of that story rather romantic. Perversely so, but romantic nonetheless. Oh, you should be honored. It's not every day an elven queen compliments your work now, is it? But darling, there are some things I must protest. Some humans read your stories, and then they fantasize about us. Soon, we will have more humans at our borders than we have any need for. We will run out of dungeon cells and bedchambers. Do you know why? Because the prisoners will be numerous and willing. But it's the jailers who will be unwilling. Ironic, isn't it? You don't think it'll get that bad? But of course you don't. You're sweet, but you lack the wisdom and foresight of elves. What you're doing, in essence, is spreading propaganda against us. I can't allow you to do that, my love. I have a kingdom to maintain. Oh, I'm not restraining your creative freedoms. No. Just you. I am being serious, honey. I was quite alarmed when I read through your journal. Portraying us innocent elves as these wicked, amorous, dominant seductresses. For shame. It's a good thing I apprehended you. Who knows what kind of new stories you'd have spun if you made it out of those woods. You have nothing to say to me? Oh, did my pet run out of creative insults to throw at poor old me? How terribly sad. You don't want me to call you pet? Oh, sweetheart. I just can't get over it sometimes. How precious you are. But very well. How about I call you my consort instead? What is it? Your eyes are fascinating. Rather deep for a human. Even for an elf, I think. So, what happened to that elf ranger and her human in the end? Oh, I know how the story ends. She takes care of his wounds, and then they cuddle and drift off to dreams in each other's arms. It was cute. But what happened after that? Am I just to imagine there was a happily ever after? What about societal pressure? The scandal. What did her friends think of, of her keeping him? And what did his friends think? What if he got bored of her and decided to sneak out into the world again? He didn't? How do you know that? Well, yes, you're the author, but he made a promise to her that he'd stay? Well, it's easy for you to say. You men often make promises you don't keep. Are you telling me there was no friction? No tension? No romantic exchange of power? Love won in the end, huh? Well, that's not good enough. How did love win? What sort of adventures did the elf and the human embark on? I want to know how their relationship grew deeper. You should really write a sequel, you know? I sound like some of your readers. Well, I can't say I blame them. Maybe you are just lazy. True enough. You're not exactly in any position to be writing romance novels at the moment. You're a little tied up, huh? I did say I don't want you spreading propaganda about us. But still, I want to know. Was the elf beautiful? Yes, you described how hot she was, rather extensively. That's not what I meant. Tell me, was she beautiful? What color was her hair? I see. And what about her eyes? What shade were they? And how did she look at him? Was it with love? Oh. I see. And how did this silly boy she fell in love with, how did he look at her? Did he grow to love her too, in time? That, okay, not a bad answer. So, she detained him. They fell in love, and he stayed with her forever. Then that means I, too, can, you know. Nothing. I was just wondering. Hey, can I, detain you forever? Your readers would miss you? I see. That makes sense. But I don't care. I think they'd understand. Do you love me, darling? Yes? Then stay with me. You don't have to be afraid. You can give me your heart if you want to. I promise I will take care of your heart. Stay. Be my king.